Hey, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever. It's still light out a little bit here in Seattle, which is weird. We hopefully Vinny had some stuff to do today. He had some other obligations. Ralph did help out with some of the slides and all that good stuff. Marcus supposedly is somewhere. I'm not sure where he's at. Hopefully he'll join us later, but we do have 78, myself. Um, we were talking a little bit in the background check, all that good stuff. But man, seems like it's been like a long time, but it hasn't been too
Yeah,
long of a time. How you been,
yeah,
man?
been all right. Staying busy. Work has been steadily busy, but I've got a few dioramas that I've been
Yes.
working on, so that's keeping me busy on in all my free time. And kids are at school and activities, so I've been busy. The last couple of weeks, been reading more comics, which is cool. And then the freaking Spider-Man game came out like on Friday or whatever it was,
I know. That's so
and
crazy.
that's completely eaten up all my time, man.
um,
Running, swinging around New York. It's lots of fun.
yeah, we're gonna try and talk about it a little bit today
Word.
on the show. I just found some pretty interesting information on it in regards to like collecting and just how well it's done, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Um, it's insane how like we keep talking about the future of just like collecting comic books and just collectibles in general. Spider-Man is still focal point, right? Obviously Miles
Oh
has
yeah.
helped that out a bit, but um my niece was even asking me about it, and they're like ages 8 to 12,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
um and I heard that, like, so I think Null supposedly is in the video game. I'm not sure, spoilers, but
Spoiler. Yeah. I
I
haven't
know.
gotten. I'm only like 50% of the way through because I'm just swinging around. It's cool because they do so much more detail than the last game. Yes,
Hmm.
of course, New York hasn't changed that much, but they've added a layer of detail to the city, which is pretty awesome. So, as an architect, you're just swinging around, just looking at buildings, and then as a diorama guy, you're like, oh, I'm looking for inspiration and things like that. The one thing that I'm also, as an active comic reader, seeing the immediate immediacy of the what's happened in the comics go to another medium is pretty cool. So, like
Yeah.
one of the suits that you can unlock from Miles is the Raza cover from a couple years ago where he's DJing the Bruce Lee kind of homage.
Hmm.
Where he's DJing on it's got the two turntables and
Yeah.
he had the like the Daft Punk helmet on
Right.
kind of thing. That's a suit you can get. That was
Hmm.
dope. I
That's
was
hella
like,
dope. I like
yo,
that.
you haven't seen that anywhere else, right? Like
Mm-mm.
as a design, and they put that in, you know. So there's a lot of that kind of level of detail that's I appreciate.
No, I love it, man.
And the story's done so far. The story's done very well. Like they
Okay.
understand that. Like they got the gameplay down. We all know the gameplay from number one and the Miles one, and so they're like, okay, you got to make the story really tight, and they've done that. It's good. It's really good.
Awesome. No, I bought the special edition, the
Yeah,
big
I
box
saw.
edition. Yeah. I'm not gonna open it. This is like ridiculous, right?
Yeah,
I will download though for sure. And my nephew wants me to get the new Modern Warfare Call of Duty. So
yeah.
I'm gonna be all video gamed out this winter time. It's cold as hell, so like it's all good. But let's say hi to the chat real quick.
Word, yeah.
Again, thanks
Yeah,
to everyone
play Jay.
for supporting us. Brad, what's going on? Southpaw, Brad. We did a little show yesterday as well on our Sunset to South deal. Jizzy Gillespie's, aka Wade. Thanks for joining. Sorry we're late, as always. I think a new guy. Cody's in the chat. What's up, Cody? KJ Smith. I don't think I've
Yeah,
seen you before.
KJ's my buddy.
Oh,
KJ's my
cool,
buddy.
cool.
Yeah.
Welcome to
He
the
he
chat,
has
man.
a one of the toy news shows that I fuck with as well.
Cool.
Um,
Well,
it's
plug it
my
in the chat, man.
Saturday mornings, and it's his Friday nights. It's called
Okay.
Highly Posable.
Highly
Um,
posable. Okay.
yeah,
Cool.
they're a couple customizers and kit basher dudes. They design their own extra pieces to action figures,
Okay.
and KJ just buys all the toys. That's why he's there. So his
Okay.
pickups is
Cool.
like, I only got a few things this week, and then he'll show you every release that came out that week. He's got a problem.
Well, let's plug you real quick, man. I'm gonna subscribe to this
There you
rant
go.
right there. So
Yeah.
highly posable right there. You guys catch him. Give him a
I've
follow.
jumped on there. I've jumped on there a couple times as well. So
Well, then
yeah, nice dude.
we for sure got to do that. And Trey, what's going on, Trey? Thanks for coming through, man.
Yo,
Yeah,
Trey. Hope you're well, man.
the man himself. Thanks for coming through, Trey. We don't have a name for the new show yet. I think we're just gonna stick with the nameless for now. I kind of dig it. 78 kind of digs it.
The server's got a great name.
The server's I kind of just want to leave it because it's so simple and dumb, but it might work out. I mean, who knows, right?
Yeah.
We'll have to come up with some type of like
But the server's doing
well.
man. Like
Yeah.
I was very happy to see like a couple of cats transitioned over and they're active, especially in the comic discussions, which is great.
Yeah.
So
we got some good hunts on we got some good hunts there. You've been really active as well, man. Just like in the past and with all your stuff. How well did the previous diorama you were talking about before? I'm curious, how well did that do? Like, did you sell out?
So the last one I did was the Japanese, the kind of that one.
Yeah.
Basically, I hit my numbers. I'm sold out.
Sick.
I'm not taking any more orders. The first batch is finishing up this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the diorama, the only thing that's a bit slow is the 3D print stuff, because the volume that I 3D print, I outsource that to like a print shop kind of guy.
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
Because like this new one had 5 items that were printed, 5 lanterns that were printed with a light in it. So I design it in CAD, send it, print one set, test it out, see if it works, and then the file's okay. Then I send it to the guy. The guy's printed it. I don't know. It's Indonesia, Southeast Asia. Like time is a bit rubbery, So
yeah.
You ask for it and like give it to me in 2 weeks, and they're like, yeah. It's week 3. Hey man, what's going on?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's printing. I'm like, nah, dude, that takes like a couple days to print on your machine. I know your setup. And he's like, yeah. We're painting it. They're like, it hasn't rained in 3 weeks, so I know it's not an issue of like, because sometimes when it rains heavy, you can't paint because it's too humid.
Oh, okay.
The paint just doesn't dry. It just kind of stays damp,
and
that's not a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but they're like, oh yeah. And so like, oh, we're packaging it now. I'm like, it's taking a week to package. All you do is put it in little baggies,
Yeah.
And then you send it to me. Anyway. Yeah. So I thought that would be a fast production part. It's not handmade, it's automated, but it's taking longer. So that may come next week, but then I'll get batch 1 out.
Dope.
Yeah, but I was happy it's as popular as my most popular so far. So I was pretty stoked on that.
That's good, man. I mean, congrats, dude. I mean, like,
Thanks.
Your stuff's high quality anyway, but like that one just spoke to me so well, and I just knew it was gonna sell out. I mean, people I talked to were watching that your diorama from that last show, and they were getting excited, and they don't buy toys, so I knew it was going to do well. It was really good.
It was something very different. Like I definitely make a point to try and do something that's not on the market. Like I was like, yo, the Japanese street. There's so many anime toys and things that people, So, yeah. It hit hard because like a lot of dudes bought 2. Because they wanted to make a longer street.
Yeah.
So yeah. Like 8 dudes bought 2.
That's crazy, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
And I love how you're not going to do it again. That's even cooler, I think.
That's it. We're
speaks
done.
to it.
Next.
So. Well, cool. We're about 9 minutes in. Still waiting for Marcus. Trying to delay as much as I can, but it's all right. We'll get into the show. 8 Live. Thanks everyone for joining us in this new rendition of what we don't know we're gonna call it. We just may call it Nameless for now. And but I do have some new graphics for y'all. So
we got some new graphics.
Let's try it out. There's no emblem or nothing, but let's just try it out for funsies.
Just a black.
Well, I promise to look better next time.
Oh my god. This is like, when you want to catch a show on YouTube that was on TV, like HBO, and you missed it, and you go, oh, it's someone uploaded. You click it, it's just like, click the link below, and it's some spam. This is
That took me
Oh,
4 hours to do. That's 4 hours of
oh.
work on it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh shit. Hey
Um,
man, I understand some people, they need help. That's all good, man. It's all good.
I'm a numbers guy, man. I'm not a graphics dude at all,
Oh,
man.
good. Yeah.
But let's get into your stuff, man. Stop talking about
Word,
me.
word,
Let's get into
word.
your
So
stuff.
yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a
Yeah.
minute since we last, but I think last show I did mention that this started. So over the last couple days, it closed, it funded, and it hit tier 1. So you get the zombie faceplate, which is on the bottom there.
Mm.
But it was 111 shy of hitting the last unlock tier, which was the scroll head on the right. So that's kind of a bummer if you're really into this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not many people, but it was down to the wire. This was like, you know, I think it was the last 6 hours of the last day that it actually hit the funding goal of 10,000 backers. It was very lukewarm, man. They squeaked over the line.
Hmm.
I don't know, and yeah, these they're not real Kickstarters because it's in house from from Hasbro, and a lot of the toy companies do it, whether it's Super 7 or this or that. They're doing these in house crowd funds. Mattel does it, and I think people are getting a bit like over it, getting a bit tired. Like the big companies just passing the pre-production cost onto the consumers so early. And this year, man, whether it's the GI Joe stuff, Star Wars, Marvel stuff, it's been crowdfund after crowdfund after crowdfund. Like every month, man, there's 2 to 500. The Super 7 stuff's like pushing $700, man. And I think there's like a fatigue in the market. People are just like, nah, I can't do this shit anymore. And people are running out of space. These things are big.
Yeah.
One or two is impressive, but gotta have them all kind of thing. It's just like, nah, man, it's crazy. Yeah. And Giant Man, there's a reason why he's not really around anymore. He just doesn't have that kind of appeal. But he looks great, He looks great. They had him at NYCC on display, and the other thing is like the campaign, like the promo for the campaign, the way they did it, the marketing was also a bit confused and lackluster. Like you see this, and they're trying to do like the OG Avengers, right? The retro Avengers team, and everyone was like, okay, you need to have Wasp from the same kind of time,
Mm-hmm.
same period, and they hadn't. We don't have one yet, and everyone's like, okay, that's an obvious thing that you package into this. Give us Wasp, and then they're like Hasbro's like, oh, we don't want to put Wasp behind the paywall. Cool. So they revealed the last week of the campaign, they revealed that she's going to come out as a figure you can buy. They should have done that at the get go. Like, we're giving this, and we're going to give you Wasp on the shelves. Go get it. Yeah, it was a bit weird. So you got excited, anyway. But it funded, so I know some people are really stoked on that. The completionists, especially the older cats who like this older team, the retro team, they're going to be really happy. Yeah. And speaking on the polar opposite of pissing people off, Toddy Mac, just not giving a fuck, man. This guy just keeps making toys every week. Like, he's wild. Like, he gives you the promo image. It's probably on the shelf now, you know? Like, his production is so fast, and he just does things that no one else will, do. Like, okay, Lobo, give him his bike. This is gonna be a big package, right? This is a big box. He's doing it. You get the dog as well. You get the gun, the guitar thing. You get the chains with the hook at the end there. And he looks dope. He's a bigger figure. It's gonna go well. And the thing is, he keeps the price a bit low. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, you can see why it's a bit cheaper because like the paint apps are limited. But the one thing about Toddy Max is the sculpting is always there. Like from back in the day, right? The McFarlane figures always looked good up close. The sculpt was there.
Mm-hmm.
The articulation back in the day was always questionable. He's getting better now. But if you know a guy who can do, a little paint touch up or a wash, these things look amazing after a little bit of a wash. So, yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm
That's
gonna try
cool.
it. Yeah,
So, is it an Amazon exclusive? Is that why it shows Amazon now?
yeah, it's an Amazon exclusive. You're right, man. Good
Mm-hmm.
eye, good eye. Now internationally, it won't. It'll hit the normal distribution internationally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another one that came out
Oh,
or went
cool.
up for pre-order recently is the Mayfex from Medicom. Daredevil, and they're doing the comic characters. They're kind of doing like a classic look. Yeah, I pre-ordered it. This thing's gonna move really well. I was concerned that he looks a bit gappy, like the joints are a bit gappy. Hopefully, it's not quite so bad. It's just bad posing. Yeah, in the promo photos, it comes with 3 heads. The billy clubs looks like it's gonna have like some sort of bendy wire so it can hold itself up. That's pretty cool.
Hella cool.
This was out of the blue.
That
Turtles
is so bad.
crossing over with Motu. Yeah, like I was a bit confused when I first saw it. Then you start, looking at it a bit more. They look fun. They look as stupid as the idea sounds, but it's
I
not a
kind of dig
bad
it.
thing.
I like the
Yeah,
Raphael
like
one. That one's kind of cool. I like that one. Yeah.
like there's Krang with that's kind of cool. The only one that's a bit confusing is Man at Arms. He just looks like Man at Arms. I think he's supposed to be Casey Jones,
Okay. He
but
looks like
he
Man
just
Arms.
doesn't look. Everyone else you can see. There's Donatello.
Yeah.
There crossover. Trapjaw. I'm most impressed with Trapjaw and the
Mhm.
Mousers. Like he's got the Mauser arm. He's got the Mauser the helmet. The Mauser legs sticking out on the sides, and then he has that other robot dude's legs. Yeah, that was cool. But like
Yeah.
Man at Arms, he's just chilling. Like
They didn't. There was no creativity in
they just
Man
gave him
Arms.
like a shell shield.
Yeah.
There's a tongue twister, a shell shield. Yeah, that was a bit like, huh? Everyone else cool. I know
Yeah.
guys are liking that purple one. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not pre-ordering it, but
Hmm.
I'm hoping to be in the States into the year if they're on the shelf, and they shouldn't be too expensive. I might get 1 or 2 just to play around with hand candy kind of thing and do silly
So
things with it.
so when you come home from overseas, do you just like bring like an empty suitcase with you to like just pick up
Oh,
toys or
so the cool thing is like America has this. Nowhere else, no other country does it. Usually, you're allowed to travel with 2 check-in.
right?
Like most of the world, it's 1 now.
Yeah. Hmm.
All right, so I got 2 kids. Got the missus. That's 8 bags, dude.
Yep.
That's a
Yeah.
lot.
Hmm.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Right. And it's winter, and you're going to the in-laws. So I'm married. I ain't going out trying to look cool at night or anything like that. So I'm just going there.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the minimum amount of clothes I can get away with? Yeah.
Right. Right.
And then just I mean, it's everything from toys and comics to random things like snacks. Like I go
Oh, I
crazy on
didn't
the
even think of
snacks,
that.
man.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. I
I
didn't
just
think of that.
like I have a whole technique, like because like a bag of chips, right? Or like there's a lot of air, so you get a
Yeah.
pin, you pop the bag, you take the air out, and you tape it back up.
You sound just like my mom, dude, from back in the
Oh
day.
yeah,
'Cause
man, mad Asian
yeah.
styles, dude.
Yeah. Her
You just
favorite
fill it up.
number was 49.8 because that was 50 pounds is the limit, right? To bring over stuff. I mean, you always bring a
Oh yeah.
box of stuff for all the family, right? So that was always her
Exactly,
favorite
exactly.
number.
So you
Yeah.
come back and you're just like having parties, invite all your friends over, and we're just eating snacks, having parties, eating chocolates, and yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome, man. It's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it.
And then we strategically will plan a layover in Japan.
Man, dude.
So
I'm so
it's
jealous of
just
your life. The Japan part,
yeah,
that's my goal for next year. But
yeah.
continue.
So speaking of Japan, Bandai and the biggest manga anime in forever, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, Gear 5 is getting a figure. Luffy's coming out. I just want to note that the articulation or the joints on this are very unique. Usually you get a highly, you get joints at the elbows and things, but this one is like pieces. So you get the extra pieces you can put in so you can get the nice smooth curve. We'll see. We'll see. The last Luffy figure that came out didn't quite meet expectations, and there's like the cutout behind the knee here on the shorts. They've done that because the last one they had that kind of fluffy band go all the way across, and literally, dudes, we modded them to cut it out so you get a bit more in there. So yeah, they've heard, I guess they've heard some of the complaints of the first figure. They're trying to fix it before it's too late, but it looks great. The face sculpts look amazing. You know, Marcus looks amazing.
Always.
Always for you, Daddy.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
right. And, you know, what a baby.
Always for you, Daddy.
What a baby.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
yeah, speaking of another amazing dude, shout out to Vinny. Vinny did post this about Daniel Ashram in the server, and there's a thing coming up with Hot Wheels. Now, Daniel Ashram's a contemporary modern art dude, and he does objects, and he does these decaying objects. I just put these together just to show you some of the recent auction sales that you know that have gone up. So like those found pieces, the set excavation set it's called in the top left. There's like an old cell phone, like it's not even a cell phone; it's a mobile phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, there's a keyboard there and things like that. 21K, man. He's done collaborations with Dior, the NBA, and Pokemon over there, Pikachu, and it's sold very well. And Mattel, off the heels, I would say, of the Virgil Abloh, and they also did something with Off White, but not for the boys' toys. They did it with one of the girls' toys lines.
Hmm.
Well,
Mhm.
can we say that anymore? I don't know. One of the dolls' toy lines, they did something with Off White. Boys were buying it because it's hype. But there's a Hot Wheels set coming out, right? And I don't know. You might remember that thing with the tire there. It's like a storage case, and you can put your cars in there, your Hot Wheels in there. And
Mhm.
so he's taken that and he's done his decaying thing, and it's all white, of course. And there's two items that people will be going for. One is the set, which has that case and it has the tracks, that kind of teal Tiffany color tracks, and it comes with the Porsche 930, the Porsche there. And then there's a single one. The single is the Roger Dodger, yeah, the muscle car there on the right. It is a bit pricey. I tried looking for production numbers, but I didn't see them. So it might be highly produced, not like the Virgil Abloh stuff or Motu that came out last year. That hasn't spiked. Like I bought a couple things thinking it would, do well, but it's still on the resale market at retail. It hasn't spiked, and that might be because there's just too many out there, man. So
The Virgil stuff
yeah, the
last year,
Virgil
right?
stuff.
Marcus, you guys
Yeah,
talked about that, right? Like on one of the
Absolutely.
OG
Yeah.
shows. Yeah.
Yeah, the Masters of the Universe stuff. I
Yeah.
think, with Virgil, rest in peace. Um, the Masters of the Universe stuff is going to be like a slow drip, but it's definitely something to have and
yeah,
kind of
I
hold
agree.
on to, just because Virgil is Virgil, and I think he's going to go down in history as one of those change agents. You know what I'm saying, especially for art and and fashion and and all of that. So definitely is one to have, but it is a definite slow drip right now for
Yeah, no,
sure.
that's so cool though. And it's an opportunity for sure to scoop it up, you know.
Yeah. And that's my point too. Like, because it's still cheap, you can jump in.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I,
saying?
I'm
Because some
I'm
Virgil
gonna
things
grab
are
a couple
more
more of those
expensive.
Motu things.
One more
Yeah.
time?
I'm gonna grab a couple more of those Motu Virgil.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna grab them, yeah, because I was like, oh, they're still. Because I didn't get them all when they came out. I was like, okay, Battle Cat and He Man, like as I said, and I was like, because the Skeletor is more of the modern version of Skeletor. It's not too retro old school.
Yeah, the
I was like,
Skelegod. Yeah.
yeah. So I was like,
That was
I
cool.
don't,
I liked it, but that's just
yeah,
like from the eye test, right? You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I'm not a toy collector,
So this
so
this comes out on it's the 27th here, so it comes out in the next few hours. I shared the links in the Discord already, so yeah, they're there. Another designer toy that's coming out. This is a bit pricier, but Costas Ceramides he's one of like the OG street artists that was collaborating with toy companies. Like one of the first things he did was he sculpted and did a cast of a Hulk figure, and he hand painted them and he sold them. So every single one is a bit different. He sold them in like I don't know early thousands. He's worked with a lot of Japanese brands. He was the guy that would do the mashups of heroes, like put Mickey Mouse on Batman, that kind of stuff. A lot of his stuff was black and white silk screen work, and this is his. He's done collaborations with Medicom before, and this is his Batman. You can see it's like a kit bash of different Batmen. Right. This is quite big though. You can see that window display. That's their gallery in New York, and it's pretty big. And the price though, this is $1,100. I was shocked. I was a bit surprised. Like, yo, what? And it's only sold through a special Medicom website. And yeah, so it's like a Japan only. Unless you're in New York, you can go to his gallery and grab it there. But yo, you can see the price there, 163,000 yen. And with the exchange rate around now, it's like 1,100 to 1,200. Bit pricey. I was excited when I saw it. I thought it was going to be a couple hundred. I was all excited. Tried to find a way to buy it. Then I saw the price tag, and I was like, "Okay, I'm out."
I promise that shit can sit there.
Yeah, this is too much. It's too much, and he's
that
too
ain't-
niche. But I just appreciate that he's still around and doing his shit.
Yeah, appreciative, but that shit can sit there. That is ugly than a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie.
It's cool. I like that.
Do
You know, it's
you
kind of
really?
like that
Do you
kid bashing
really?
thing. You know, when you're a kid, like, oh, I broke the arm of this, I'm gonna stick the arm of the other one on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
You
got
know,
the
like
legs
like
the
all the
same
Motsu
way.
stuff. Going back to that, you could pop their arms out, and they all just kind of interlocked again. You know.
Yeah, it's got the legs the same way. The head is
Yeah.
bigger. You know, it looks
Yeah.
like a mongoloid. It's yeah, straight up.
Mongoloid. I love it.
Hey man, I got love for everyone.
What's love got to do with
Exactly,
it?
man. So yeah, you know, I like it. If the price was, you know, wasn't kind of like a couple months budget on collectibles, I might be fucking with it. But yeah, it's just too much, man. It's just too much. And I think it's vinyl. I think it's a vinyl toy, so you know, it's a bit
Oh
also
man,
like,
that's
yo,
great. It can
what?
sit. It can sit.
And I don't know the numbers. I don't know the numbers. But yeah,
Yeah,
this is the one. Shout out to Vinny
that's
as
the
well.
one.
This is the
Yeah, that's
one.
cool. That was really cool.
$70, man. And it comes in the little. You get the little acrylic display box, which is cool. You know, so you can feel fancy. You can feel fancy with it. But I'm gonna try and do the big one. I'm gonna try to grab the set.
It's cool. I dug it when Vinny posted that in the Discord. That was really cool.
Yeah,
That the Daniel Arsham shit that's where it's at.
Yeah,
it is. It looks nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does look nice.
Right.
78, you look rather, dapper today, brother. You know, you've had good sleep. You've had amazing sleep. Yeah, yeah.
that's cool. That's a cool T-shirt, man. I like it. Before we move on to the next segment, welcome, Marcus.
Yeah, thank you. Listen, okay, I want to apologize because, one, I'm just getting back from out of the country. You know, we did Germany and England and Switzerland and Amsterdam. So, I would have been here on time. I ate, right? And then I said, okay, I'm going to sit here for 7 minutes. And I just felt my phone ding. And I was like, oh shit, I missed the show. So I had to get back. So,
No, it's all good. No, I appreciate you and I appreciate you.
My clock is still off, but definitely
No.
back. I wasn't gonna miss it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna miss, the NameLess crew, while we figure out the new name of what we're gonna do. It's gonna be exciting shit. I'm so excited about what we're getting ready to do with the team and the squad. Vinny's not here, because he's scared because he knew that I was going to pull up, and in our fantasy football squad right now.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, we're going against each other today, so this is like the game of the week, me and Vinny right now. It's projected that he's supposed to win by like 1 or 2%, but I serve a God. I believe that I'm going to bust his ass to the white meat, and we're going to get to where we're going to get to. So exciting times ahead.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, we got 12 live. We're up to 13 at one point. So I do appreciate everyone coming through on a Thursday night. We may switch this up on different days just with everyone's schedule. Obviously, like we'll make it accommodating for everybody and all that good stuff. But we won't be doing weekly shows, probably like every 2 weeks at the most, maybe even once a month. But I think we just kind of came to the conclusion that we still enjoy doing the show. Schedules and with holidays coming up, just wanted to thank everyone for coming through. Hit that like, subscribe. Right. We'll be doing it on we'll be doing it on my channel, which I want to thank again the community for just supporting the stuff that I do and we do here. So really appreciate everybody coming through tonight. Kind of a small kind of show today, just to kind of get things kicked off. But let's hope you guys like what I had to show you. Let me just give me 1 second here. I've had some technical difficulties.
You guys watching
today,
the NBA?
Appreciate it.
You guys watching the NBA opening week? No, get out of here.
No, I don't. I'll probably watch it.
Damn.
I'm just not. I don't know. I don't. It's a different brand, and I don't really enjoy it as much. But I will, even though I hate
Chris Davis.
I'm down, but I will watch Oklahoma City. I know.
Yeah, they got a young good squad. I like them.
Chet Holmgren is my dark horse nominee for Rookie of the Year for all you Oklahoma kids. I just think he's got a fire under him that you guys are so lucky to have him. But we'll see how it goes. So first topic we're getting into Pokemon trading card. I put grade in there just for fun, whatever. But we talked about the 151 packs, and I've talked about them on other podcasts and whatnot. I think they're fun, man. I want to talk about One Piece. I just don't know enough about it, man. You have to school me on that one of these days. But
I went and grabbed One Piece in. We were in
England, right?
Yeah, and I grabbed One Piece in England. Amazing.
It's cool stuff, man. I just don't know enough about it.
Sorry, amazing set, amazing cards. I would suggest if you're new to collecting, that's a great place to start with One Piece because it's still an early set. Like it's not like Pokemon that's like been in the game for like 20 plus years or whatever.
For real. Yeah.
One Piece is, I think 78 said this too. In other parts of the country, like One Piece is king. Like from the cartoon and the shows and and everything else. So, it outpaces Pokemon in certain areas. Even when we were in London, I forget where we were. I think we were in
Did they speak English?
We were in Brussels.
So you weren't in London if they didn't speak English.
we were in Brussels and or Manchester. I think it was in Manchester or Birmingham. But I went to
Brussels or Manchester. That's a big jump. That's like Belgium.
No, I'm saying, bro, we were all over the freaking
place. All right.
Yeah, don't judge me. Don't judge me. Wherever we were
eating,
it was a comic book store.
What were you drinking?
Yeah.
What were you drinking? What kind of beer was it?
So for me,
the beer would tell you where you're at.
That is true. Now I was in Ireland and did not do a Guinness, right?
Yeah, a warm Guinness.
I think that's the thing, right? Guinness, right? In Ireland, right? Yeah. I did not do a Guinness in Ireland, and I got judged for it so bad. But anyway, that's the whole thing.
Okay.
So I went to comic book store, and One Piece is outpacing Pokemon in the store. People weren't even looking at the 151. So I was that's where I got my Charizard, the 151 Charizard, the chase, the one that I put in the group chat.
Nice.
I don't think you're in the group chat, but the one that's where I found it at. I found it over there.
That's dope,
it's a lot of good stuff over there.
I mean, I just enjoy it. Like I've been opening packs, just on the shorts and stuff, and it's just a fun kind of chase. Like for me, I like the Blastoise art. That's just Blastoise is like my favorite Pokemon if I had a favorite Pokemon. But I'm enjoying it. I don't know, man. But I've seen
I've heard that as well. That a lot of, especially the guys who've been in Pokemon for a long time, like this one hit the nostalgia with the newness, like that. It balanced that really well, and people have been loving it. A couple of my toy friends are into this, and like they're going hard into this now.
I'm gonna tell you what else too.
Yeah, you're hard.
The Mewtwo Premium, the the Mewtwo Premium for the 151. That's the premium box, like ultra premium box. It's
Yeah, there was
actually really
some
cool.
Is it?
there
Yeah,
was some drama like Pokemon Center is not shipping out the Van Goghs.
yeah, that was
Is that
a
true?
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
I've heard about that
Let's see
too.
online.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you had to buy it with something else or something.
I don't know.
And it
It's
was like this
really
thing, and then they're not shipping out the Van Goghs. Kind of like, yo, what? You're just use this as a way of getting rid of the stock we don't want. Nobody wants. Damn, you know. Yeah.
drama.
I'm not paying attention to Trey. He said Marcus bought it on Craigslist. No, I sold my ass on Craigslist.
I bought his ass on Craigslist. I was the buyer.
Yeah.
We met in a parking lot.
Don't buy the sofa. Don't buy the sofa.
Don't buy the sofa.
No, buy the soap. Don't buy the sofa. Yeah.
Speaking of Trey, a little shout out to Trey on this one. Super Mario Brothers Wonder Walmart pack. Now, I bought one.
Yeah, what did you get? What is that? I just got the game for my kids. They're loving it. What
if
does
you
it
buy
come
it from
with?
Walmart, I don't know if that's correct, but you get this pack.
Yeah,
And
you buy from Walmart or Best Buy.
And the pack has been going for like the unopened pack's been going for $30, but the chase card is this elephant Mario. It's selling raw for like 700. So I thought about opening it. I kind of want to keep it sealed, both of them, and I don't know, hold on to it just for funsies. I don't know. Marcus, Marcus, I know you got a copy. What are you gonna do with it?
I bought 3 copies. I'm going to open a pack and I'm going to keep the other 2 packs. But I'm going to open a pack and because it's only the elephant is numbered to 1,000. It's numbered to 1,000.
Is that why it's worth so much? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
that seems cheap then. $700 for 1,000.
Yeah, so if you get your hands on it, because what I'm hearing is that it's not in all the packs. That's the new plot twist. It's not in all the packs.
What do you mean by that? Like
the Mario elephant is not in all the packs.
It shouldn't be. There's only 1,000 of them.
Right, but
each pack has like all the card. Like it's like I see what you mean.
But each pack has some cards or whatever, because there's other chase cards outside of the Mario elephant. But they were saying, what happened?
It's all right. We're just, we appreciate the way you're telling us about how a limited edition card is not in all the packs.
I mean, hey, look, what you want me to do? I'm just telling you what's out there.
So the 1 of 1 is not in all the packs.
So, but what progress is? It's to answer your question. So it's you have to go on Walmart.com. I don't know if Best Buy does it, Marcus, but I got my Walmart.
Open it up first.
Oh, here we go.
You want me to open it up?
Open it up. Let's open it up live. Let's see if it's in there. Come on, you got another one. Come on.
All right, here we go. All right, we got 14 live. We're gonna open this up. All right.
Full screen yourself. There we go.
You guys ready?
Here we go.
Yeah, open it up.
There's no trick to like, whatever. There's no like Pokemon do one. Let's see. This has to be like a first on. I don't even know how these. Okay.
Show it. Shit.
So here's Mario.
Yay. Peach.
There's Peach.
Hoppo. All right.
Hoppo. That's Marcus. What?
That ain't Hoppo.
Nabbit. That was me. Got a superstar. Wonder Bowser Jr.
Bowser Jr. All right.
Yeah, there's no.
Nice fur.
I didn't get it.
Daisy. No, there's Ferg.
No, this is me right here, dude. Toads.
There's the rest of the crew.
And
Poplin. That's Vinny.
And he's like the king or the prince or something.
So there's the foil card is a superstar one. If there's a foil in each pack, that's right. So.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how many cards are in the set, Zombie Prophet, unfortunately, but yeah. So.
Southpaw. Get them all graded. Let's go.
Shut up.
To the moon.
But yeah, so that was kind of fun. I don't know what I'll do with the game. I haven't heard any good reviews about the game, but I may
It's very kiddie. It's very kiddie. It's like
Really?
10-year-old and younger.
Okay, cool. Maybe I'll do a giveaway one of these days
Yeah.
on the chat or whatever.
My 6-year-old's into it. My 10-year-old's like, it's a bit too simple.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
probably.
it's a regular 2D game. Like,
Yeah, it's a 2D side
we
scroller.
Oh,
played
is it?
Mario back in the day.
Wow.
It's a side scroller. So
That's how much I didn't know anything
Yeah.
about this game, man. I literally just wanted the pack, but we'll see if we can
It's
hawk that
called
sucker on eBay.
Super Mario Brothers Wonder Zombie.
Okay.
Wonder. Yeah.
Oh, great. Pickles is in the chat.
Hey, for
Bird
real,
is
man.
in the peer
Take all his
pressure
lunch
of
money.
kids and 80s drug.
I was gonna actually open the pack if we had a bigger.
What? You're
Whatever.
gonna take your
It's
clothes
all
off
good.
for Marcus?
I
Damn,
do that.
Marcus.
I do that offline for Marcus.
Would
He
you?
just.
Why does you know what 78? I think you want to see me naked. I'm going to send you a picture
I don't
and
think I
satisfy
want to.
all
You
your
don't need to
needs.
think. It's all right, man. Let's go.
Moving on to the next topic of the day.
We gotta
I
move on
have
to
that
shit.
man. I have the
Okay,
Mandalorian helmet
moving
that's
shit.
in the thumbnail. Just that.
Yeah, if
Man,
y'all
the
are in the
helmet.
Discord, you'd have saw 78 send me some sort of naked man from One Punch Man, like dancing and shit. And and I'm just like, yeah, 78 just wants to see me naked.
And I sent that quick, right?
You sent it
Like
super quick.
you're like, hey, yo, hi, and I'm like,
I was very
okay.
turned on by it. You know what I'm saying? By the way, join the Discord, please. It'll be great.
Yeah. I'll put the link in later. Just a quick note. CGC, I sent video games maybe like 2 weeks ago, and they just got done. They're out their way. I'm digging
Nice.
CGC so far. They're just tough on grading, but they present well. That's kind of why I did in the first place.
They look very nice, don't they?
Yeah. What are you guys thoughts about CGC versus the other guys?
Absolutely.
So far.
Absolutely. Only thing I don't like about CGC is that, is as with all things, I think they're pretty much, a monopoly until there's another one that comes in that, can sell, with I guess PSA as well. But CGC with video games all day, it's a no-brainer.
I like him better than Wada.
Yeah.
I think Mark or Vinny, I don't know if you're in the chat right now, but he says VGA is kind of the one to do for PC, which I think that makes sense to me. But I'm digging CGC's turn times. They're just a little tough on grading. I mean, the scale, but that's the risk we play, right? So who knows?
Absolutely.
I want to thank everyone for coming through. We got 14 live in the chat. We're up to 18, 42 minutes in.
Is this baseball? It's baseball.
It's gonna be real quick. I promise. It's gonna be real quick because I know we don't
NBA
got
opening week. Let's go. I know you got your World Series. You got your World Series.
So the Bowman draft baseball is coming out pretty soon. Man, I wish Ralph was here. You know what? We're gonna skip this one. We're not even gonna get into it. We'll do it next time.
I can't pronounce that first guy's name. Paul Skinnies?
Saul Skinnies, yeah, Skynes. Yeah. If Ralph was here, it'd be all over it. We'd be probably going back for 5 more minutes. I know you guys can get into this though, and I know I've seen a lot of channels this past week just talking about the drop in some major keys, man. And I got a DM from a member of the community about Adam Legend of the Blue Marvel. I know everyone was talking about how Blue Marvel wasn't everyone was speculating that he was going to be in the new Marvel show. This book was $3K and 9.8. I actually liked the book. I bought it because I fell in love with the book itself, but $800 for 9.8 for that book. Ultimate Fallout. There was 50 videos this week about it being near $1,000. I think Elite Auctions had it for $1,200. Man, I mean, I know there's buying opportunities out there, but man, that's kind of scary. What do you guys think about all these crazy prices?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it seems like that UF seems to be an outlier though. It did create a lot of buzz, but yeah, everyone went looking for one for the same price and they couldn't find it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It looked like Elite was just someone came with a collection just to clear it out. I need the cash ASAP kind of thing. And that's the cool thing about Elite and those the Instagram reseller or consignment spots, right? They move that inventory instantly, it's priced to sell. And so yeah, it's always there as a backup if you don't want to deal with eBay nonsense drama.
Yeah.
Right. which we've all had over the years we've been selling, right? It's just someone will do a cash back or a back charge thing. Anyway. Yeah, it is definitely a buying opportunity. I think Miles is not going anywhere.
Nope, not
Playing
from
that
that video
Spider-Man
game
2
for
game,
sure.
that really cemented it. Like
Hmm.
Miles is the better character to play. Like they gave him an edge over Spidey in the game. Like he's funner to play.
You talking
So
about
I
in
was
the
like,
video game? You talking about in the
yeah,
game? Yeah.
yeah, the new game, man. Like Spider-Man's a bit slower. Yes, he's stronger. They did that like, the different characteristics, right? Because Spidey's a bit older, he's a bit tougher, he hits harder, but he moves slower. Miles is more slender in a way, and he's more agile and he moves faster. So everyone's enjoying Miles, and he's got the lightning and other powers, right?
Right.
So everyone's playing Miles, which is interesting. I noticed that with the video game reviewers and stuff, everyone's into Miles. So Miles is here to stay. The Afra thing, she's coming, she's coming, she's coming. Is she?
I
She will
mean, maybe in
eventually.
5-10 years,
I don't know,
maybe, but
man.
like,
Yeah, like I've got 3 or 4 of the regular 9.8 first prints, and I bought them at various dips,
yeah,
after shows that she didn't turn up in, like a couple $100, $300. I'm just
yeah,
saying I haven't put in the kind of money that
other
I
people
guess
have.
the people that are really upset is that you were buying in 2022 or late 2021. If you were buying these books then, you'd be really upset.
Yeah, I mean, I think even earlier this year, you'd probably still be,
A
thinking
bit
oh,
upset.
trying to time that dip, right? And then like, oh, I'm gonna hold this for 6 months and then make $300, but now you're down the same amount.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's true. That's true.
yeah,
That's true. Like
because I
I'm
think,
still having. I got my UF4 in 2019 or whatever. It's like a $300 book.
yeah,
So it's all green still for me. So I'm happy there. I never got into the Blue Marvel. I just didn't believe in the character. He's just way too obscure.
hmm
And Afro is great, but the 1 in 25 and Star Wars prices, I always feel the prices in Star Wars books are a bit inflated.
and there's so many characters they could,
So many. It's
and different
ridiculous.
eras, and like, where do you plug her
Yeah.
in? I don't even know where you plug her
So
in. So it's
so
tough.
I was a bit skeptical about her from the get go.
Sure.
But Miles is one that you can hold on to for 20 years.
And it's just going to appreciate.
Yeah.
Miles is truly going nowhere.
Yeah.
And as I said before, he's this generation Spider-Man.
Yeah.
They
He,
will.
he's
I'm not saying
broken.
Peter Parker is
Yeah.
going anywhere. I grew up on Peter Parker, but if you ask the normal child right now today,
A normal one specifically, not a
yeah,
weird one.
not a
Normal
weird
one.
one.
Yeah. Not them freak show
A
kids.
weird one probably ain't even looking at Spider-Man. But if you ask the normal child right now,
Yeah.
just the regular child, they'll tell you that that
Yeah.
Spider-Man is Miles Morales.
For real.
They won't even
For
bring up
real.
Peter Parker. They'll say Peter
Yeah,
Parker
Miles
as
Miles has
the old
broken that kind of he's gone into the mainstream, right?
Now,
He's left the comic books, he's left, video games. He's
I
gone
mean,
beyond that. So for me it's a blue chip stock.
and
Buy the dip, yeah, it'll go back up, just like Tesla stock, Apple stock, it went down, bought it, it's gonna go back up.
now,
absolutely.
would you rather have UF4 in 9.8, or would you rather have PS4 launch edition Spider-Man Miles Morales in 9.8?
UF4.
For the comic book, man.
I don't know. I'm
Sorry,
I'm
dude.
I'm debating that for myself just for ROI kind of like purposes,
Yeah,
but
the comic book.
How long are you gonna
Okay.
hold? Is it a
I don't
12
know.
year, 15 year?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll
Financial
see.
forecasting.
Yeah,
Usually
yeah.
in property we only do 12. Because of
Right, right.
depreciation after that,
It's just something
depreciation
that
value just starts kicking in.
it's something that's always just kind of like I've questioned, like especially lately, because of the people I talk to that would rather have the video game versus the comic book, but they're different generations, right? So, um, anyway, so cool,
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah, I think the video
So
game
Joe
stuff.
said he doesn't believe that. He believes that it's Spidey first and Miles is a distant second. Joe, I'm here to let you know, stop smoking crack. It is Miles Morales.
For the
It is
next generation, for sure.
it is Miles Morales' world. We just live in it. Just to be honest with you, I'm telling you from someone that if you ask me who Spider-Man is, it's Peter Parker. But if you ask this generation who Spider-Man is, they're gonna say Miles fucking Morales. That's it. Period, point blank. I mean, unless you raise your, you raise your kids on it's Peter Parker. But the normal, I can go upstairs and bring my son down right now, my 12-year-old son, who Spider-Man is, and he'll say Miles Morales.
Yeah, my kid,
Yeah.
my son, he's 6. It's
Mhm.
Miles.
It's Miles Morales.
Miles is cooler. He appreciates Spidey, but it's like Uncle Spidey.
Yeah, that's the same. That's
know?
that's the same kind of thing I do. I feedback I get too.
Yeah.
I will say this though, my 14-year-old niece, she likes Peter Parker.
Mhm.
That's all I'll say because
Yeah.
of the actor.
He said maybe in the Black community I can see that.
Oh, I don't know.
All right, we'll just leave that one there.
We'll moving on to the next one.
Yeah.
Video games. Look, here we are again. So this is the only things I can really think of. But what 78 and I were talking about earlier. So I read this that Spider-Man 2 was the 2.4 million downloads in the first night it launched. That's freaking crazy.
That's nuts.
So it's and then like number 2, I think is Arkham Knights, and it's like 1.2. So here's two things going on with this, in my opinion, or here's two things going on. One, this game is super popular, and obviously like all ages are playing it, right? Because dudes, little kids from like 6 years old up to 55 are playing Spider-Man. Okay, we'll just say that.
That old.
Not you. I'm not saying you, but just this range of people. The other thing too is physical downloads or physical copies of this game, video games in general versus downloads. If you're a video game collector, man, like I'm buying physical copies of this launch edition for sure. I'm getting the special edition here that is on the slide because majority of them are being downloaded, and you can't, so the worth of that copy of that physical copy is there's more potential to it. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
The pushback is
Sure.
a lot of the younger generation don't really care about physical. That's what I know.
That's the risk, right? That's the downside risk, right? Sure.
Like, whether it's playing retro games, they're happy with an emulator. There is a small group that want the original physical console and the old TV and hook it up to really experience the authentic old stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of emulators and they're just doing fine. So there is something to be said about that, like the physical versus the digital, and how kids or the younger generation feel towards physical. They're like, oh, why do I need a disc to play something that's digital?
Yeah.
It doesn't, like, vinyl is different, right? Like it's a different experience. It sounds different. There's equipment. Whereas the video game, the product that you play is still the same thing, digital or physical. So there is maybe something there to be said. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what the outcome will be. Yes, you're right that the amount of units sold and how many of those are physical makes that a collectible in terms of the limited production. That's for sure. But how much that will go up immediately or soon, I don't know. But Spider-Man, like the other thing with Spider-Man is you said 2.4 million downloads. It's such a big property. It's not a big tier video game, This is big, so that group of people that may want the physical may be larger in number as well.
Yeah.
So what I would do is for me, with the success of that's right, Jizzy. But this we'll let everybody else figure it out when they figure it out. What I would do is definitely
yeah.
with the success of Spider-Man 2, I'd be going out trying to find the original Spider-Man game if I could find any collector's editions of the Spider-Man, the original, the first Spider-Man game. The one that just exploded, you know what I'm saying, because the gameplay was so cool, and I would get that joint graded.
Got it.
And I would buy this version as well, get it graded, and I would go buy the Miles Morales joint and get that graded as well. And just sit on it, because as we all know, Spider-Man isn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
The gameplay is awesome. I haven't played it yet, but I'm hearing there's an incredible story attached to this Spider-Man 2 game. Good night, Zombie.
Thanks for
Um,
coming through, Zombie. Appreciate you,
Yeah,
dog.
thanks
you
for coming
know,
through,
for real.
Zombie.
I'm hearing it's an incredible story attached to it.
Yeah.
So it's a no-brainer. It's a definite no-brainer. I would grab any fucking thing that I could and get it graded. All things Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Miles Morales Spider-Man, all of that.
Dude, it's crazy, and that's 2.4 million the day it released. So, I mean, people are still downloading this game.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
You know,
Yeah, not
so
everyone's getting it on day one.
Yeah, which is really cool. I mean, and right there, I mean, you know, it would have been the perfect storm if like a Spider-Man movie or like a Miles movie came out at the same time. But man, I'll take this, man. This is like good news to me. So
Well, it goes back to what everybody knows and what I keep saying and been stressing. Once they drop Miles Morales in the live action, it's over. It is game freaking over. That's just it. I mean, there's nothing else to say.
Marcus, and yeah, I guess 78 as well. Do you think it's okay to wait to introduce Miles in like 5 years, or do you think that they need to do it like soon? Because I'd rather wait 5 years personally.
I think once Marvel get their shit together, like like as far as like with the revamping that they have to do, I think with the Jonathan Majors verdict that just kind of turned in his favor because they just arrested old girl, and so now they got Kang back. I don't know if you guys have following that. They got some restructuring that they got to do over in Marvel right now. They got to figure out who's going to be the, well, since he's back online, he can be the big bad again. I get Fantastic Four, up and running, and they have to get they have to get everything aligned so that they can officially and effectively introduce Miles into the marketplace where people can follow it, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
Compare this to like I said, Tom Holland ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
But they got to get the right person to play Miles.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be.
They can't mess up.
They cannot mess it up.
Man, who knows? Like, kid's not even like probably like of age to like yet. And like I mean, they got 3 more movies with Tom Holland, right? So, I'm okay with waiting because yeah, like you said, Marvel's got to get their stuff together.
Yeah, they do.
Man, I'm on a Spider-Man kick lately. I guess it's just been on my mind. But this is, and again, the stuff just keeps coming out. So I think I forgot who stated this in the chat. I saw him in the chat, and then well, Zombie Prophet stated this, but so Best Buy is no longer selling hard copies of movies, steelbooks, all that good stuff. The reason they're getting out of it is because Walmart, Amazon, Target are like the top 3 in sales for DVDs. They're just taking market share. So Best Buy is basically like, well, they're moving to a different, sales model, what have you. However, they do Best Buy exclusives. So I just kind of thought, well, what are the upcoming Best Buy exclusives that I wouldn't mind owning? And first off, this Blue Beetle one, I liked the movie. I think, and obviously there's a future with Blue Beetle being a younger cast member and all that stuff. This could be the last Best Buy exclusive, like ever, depending on the scheduling, all that. These 2 other ones are not on Best Buy, or sorry, the Spider-Man on top here. You can actually pre-order this one. This is coming out, I think, November 15th. You can use Ralph's kind of like hack where you can pre-order it. They don't charge you until it actually ships out, which is kind of cool. So you can kind of like see how the market is, and then doesn't work out, you can return it. But I think this is a pretty cool piece here. I think it retails for about $100. But who knows? You might be able to get a deal on it on Black Friday or Cyber Monday. And then there's a Spider-Verse. Oh, sorry. There's what's the other one? Oh, sorry. That's Batman.
Cross.
Batman, the one with the question mark there.
Yeah.
Sorry, my slides are kind of off right now. Batman Steelbook exclusive that's coming out fairly soon here. When I would collect toys like back in the day or currently, I always look for like those old school KB or old school Toys R Us exclusives. Like that's kind of my kind of wheelhouse, what have you. So, these two, properties, these DC properties being the potential last Best Buy exclusives, I wouldn't mind spending $30 on each one. And, it's a lot of money, quote unquote, but I mean, shit, we buy $30 FOC variants and hope they go up to like $100. But this is like the last of like the last ones, you know what I mean? So just kind of thought process in my head there.
Sure.
What do you think, man?
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think, 78?
Yeah, I haven't bought physical stuff for a long time for the movies and things like that. It's just hard to get out here.
Yeah.
But when I do go back to the States, I do favorites and all that. Like I'll probably be getting an Across the Spider-Verse some kind of edition. Yeah. I think it's a smart play. I don't think whether it's Best Buy or not, for me plays a factor into it.
Yeah.
It's the last Best Buy. It's more about the product, like the movie itself. Like, is it
Right.
a good one or not? It's more towards that.
Gotcha.
Like you said about the changing their model of sales. I think it's more that rather than saying, oh, physical copies are no longer being sold. No, I think the interesting thing is like right now, I think there's more vinyl being sold than ever before. There's more books being sold than ever before. Physical media is there. It's just you got to get the right product out there.
It's tougher, right? It's tougher to flip. It's a tougher kind of segment. It's a little riskier there too. What do you think about this, Marcus? I keep saying Megatron, but that's not right. It's Marcus.
No, well, it's whatever mood I'm in at the moment. Right now, I'm on my Megatron.
Dawn is a rice bowl in Japan.
Yum. Yeah, it is.
I
mean,
that just means I'm edible.
You can have
it means I'm edible.
donburi,
78.
you can have all kinds of donburi.
You hear me? You hear me? 78. If I'm a rice ball, I'm edible.
No, don't get me started, man.
Yeah.
There you go. Just kidding. Right. Yeah. What do you think about this, though? For real?
So for real, bro. Like with the steelbooks, Trey has always been a proponent of them steelbooks, man, and I've always been kind of 50-50. But I think, if Best Buy is getting out of it, then I'm definitely all in on just starting to grab some. Just like with Toys R Us. You remember when Toys R Us was closing? How many of us as full-blown fucking adults were running into Toys R Us just trying to grab the Toys R Us exclusives?
That's exactly like my niche, right?
And all
for
of that
toys.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a thing. So, in my world, I mean, I am a proponent of, man, anytime somebody's getting ready to close something or do something like that, and it's a movie like Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, or Blue Beetle, or anything of that particular nature, I'm all over that. Yeah, that's right, Johnny. Voltron, at Toys R Us, all of that was a fucking thing, bro. It's crazy.
The Transformers from Toys R Us, man, I still have them. I love those things, man.
Yes, all of that. I remember when Toys R Us was closing, me and Vinny were having conversations about this big ass Batman that they had that was for the kids. It was like a little Batman Bat Cave, but it was like next, whatever the toy was. It was like some big ass Batman toy. That was the thing right before they closed out, right before Toys R Us closed out. But now, after 6 long years, Toys R Us is back, baby. They are coming back 24 stores in the U.S. I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? If I could hoop after 6 long years. For 6 long years. They threw the giraffe in the cage.
Man was living on the streets for 6
years. Yeah. Jeffrey was selling coochie on the street.
He was on the corner, man.
Baby, he is back.
Poor Jeffrey.
Jeffrey is back. I can't wait. He'd be 40-something years old.
There was that dude doing. He would go to conventions just dressed up as Jeffrey, like with cigarettes and stuff.
That's awesome, dude.
And he had like a diaper. It depends on.
What?
Yeah. It was a whole thing. Yeah. It was hilarious.
I love it.
He was playing the down and out Jeffrey. He's like, I'm homeless. I got no job. He'd walk around.
Too funny.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. Just some food for thought there. What was crazy? Before I go on the next slide, I was looking on Best Buy's website for their steelbooks, their exclusive ones specifically. So the Miles one is sold out, which I posted on Discord a long time ago. If you didn't get it, it's sold out. If you want to get it like on eBay. What I was shocked about though was the Thor Love and Thunder Steelbook was sold out as well. I am one of the people that did not dig that movie at all. But I was shocked that that was sold out. I don't know.
Is
Crazy.
it more completionists?
I don't know. Cause like what was still around? The Ant-Man was still around. I mean, that movie was horrible. I can't think of another one off the top of my head, but I was just shocked that that Love and Thunder.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, that is a surprise.
Yeah.
Oh, hello,
So I don't know where Marcus went, but we're gonna
I'm right here.
go. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm right here.
So before we get into this, again, I want to say thanks everyone for coming through. It's the last time I swear I'm gonna say it. I'll do a giveaway at the end, but I think what I'm gonna do for the giveaway is make comments in the rewind, and I'll just pick the best
Right.
comment, and I'll send a giveaway to whoever has the best comment there. If you're not subscribed to the channel, we're gonna be streaming this episode, or I guess this series on the Fred Bird the Nerd channel. So if you want to catch up with us every 2 weeks, monthly, yeah, subscribe to the Fred Bird the Nerd channel, and we'll see you guys in a couple weeks. And let's get into the list.
Right.
So,
There it is. Top one.
you gonna pick the top one already?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. What about you, Marcus?
I'm not dealing with 78 on that.
I'm going with the
Spider-Man
PS5.
2.
I'll go with
Spider-Man
Yeah,
Spider-Man
that's
2.
carded. That figure's carded. If it's carded, it's from the old movie. That is a big movie. That's one of the top 10 movies ever grossing, I think.
Yeah, but
You know,
yeah, 78. I'm allergic to your bullshit on that one.
Willem Dafoe, you know, I'm a bit of a
Spider-Man
scientist
2.
myself, you know.
You
There
know,
he
you
is.
ain't gonna do
I'm
nothing
a
but
bit of a
open it
toy
and play with it.
enthusiast myself. Come on.
Did you hear me?
That's the good one.
Did you hear me, 78? You ain't gonna do nothing but open it and play with it.
No, I don't open all my. I try and. No, I'm not good at that. I'm not good at that. I open
78,
it
you're gonna open it and play with it.
naked.
Naked. All right.
Yeah.
If
On
it
to the
was a
next
launch edition below, that'd be more pricey, wouldn't it? So yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I should put launch
No,
edition. I
fuck it, man.
apologize. Oh, here you go. Wemba
fuck.
Bowman U Chrome for $300, or a CIB Pokemon Game Boy Red.
Pokemon Game Boy.
Yeah, I agree.
Victor is
Wemby's
gonna be
looking good,
Victor's
but,
good, but you know,
yeah.
He's gonna
Pokemon.
he's gonna have to be like Shohei-esque for basketball. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
To live up
Like,
to the hype, yeah.
yeah, because I was thinking about this the other day. Like Shohei came in as like this hybrid baseball player, like pitcher, like pitcher, hitter, and amazing at both. And he did it, and he's still doing it. But Wemba's gonna have to he's gonna have to do that for basketball because he's international, right?
Yeah. Well, I think the Shohei thing is he also had the pedigree coming into the States. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
A little
He'd
bit
already
older
been
too,
playing
right?
in Japan. He's a bit older. There was a proof there, dependable.
Yeah.
Wemby's just like, we don't know, man.
Yeah. I mean,
like his skill set's there, but I'm just concerned about his body.
Mm-hmm.
Can it hold up? People are going to be going
Yeah,
after
because he is
him.
thin as wind.
You know what I mean? That's what I mean, right? Like he's a
Yeah.
bit frail looking, man.
Yeah, he is
Mhm.
You know,
thin as
like
wind.
the
He
same
could hurt
kind of
himself.
guy was Kristaps Porzingis when he came in. He was all lanky and like when he would come in, he'd come flying and limbs were going this way and that way.
Yeah.
And he kept getting injured, right? And he's now at the Celtics, and he bulked up, man. And he's playing slower. So you're looking at Kristaps, and you're like, yo, whoever he's been working with is telling him to change the way he moves. You know, and I think Wemby needs that kind of thing, like someone to tell him, hey, you don't need to, your leg doesn't need to stick out like that when you move, you know?
Yeah.
If he's a bit more contained, I think I'll be a bit more confident in him. I'm just worried, man. I just look at him and just like, you're always like, is that leg gonna snap? You know,
He just
Land
doesn't.
on it wrong, all of that.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I'm a bit,
I
and
think
hey, yo,
of
Luka, the Mavs beat him, right? Luka's still Luka, man. Luka was like, yo, watch this.
yeah. I think of
Game
Yao
winner.
Ming when I think of Wemba, and Yao Ming was older.
But
Yao had
Ming
knee
also moved
problems.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he wasn't like Wemby comes flying in every now and then, and like
Yeah.
you know, there's a limb poking out where there shouldn't be a limb, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was more 2 feet on the ground kind of thing.
Yeah, he was like your classic like center.
Yeah, exactly.
Miss those guys. Miss those guys.
Yeah.
50-100. That's
Yo,
sealed. That TMT, right?
like that. Wow.
I'm going TMNT, man.
Yeah, I think
Personally.
that blimp is. Having said that, 251. It's one of those books that just keeps appreciating. I don't think this has dipped much right now. It's
Mm-mm.
probably pretty solid still, because it's one of those.
Marcus?
It ain't got that hype. It's more like hardcore guys are into it, so
Sure.
it's gonna maintain the value. But that top one, that's a hard one to get.
Marcus?
Very hard.
I'm going with the comic.
Go with the comic. Oh, okay. I guess wrong. Why the comic versus the blimp?
Neil Adams.
Yeah.
I'm going with the blimp because I've never seen the blimp before, but I've seen
never seen it in
multiples
person.
of the Batman. I know it's a weird
that's
reason,
an
but
iconic, that's an iconic cover. So I'm in my world, it's a no-brainer.
gotcha.
Definitely 250.
Easier to store as well.
The blimp is sealed. Yes, it is sealed. It's really tough to grade too. Okay, I'm not trying to grade that.
You can't. No, you can't.
You can. CAS does grade this. CAS.
Yeah.
I know it'd be weird. I know it's weird. I know it's weird. I know. I'm weird about grading stuff. Last but not least, this was a tough one for me to find.
I
but
thought it was a barbecue on the top for a second.
you could make into a barbecue, I guess. I don't know, but
ooh,
it's a ticket. Sorry, it's not Jackie. It's
Yeah.
it's a ticket to Jackie Robinson's first homer. PSA graded too, so it's certified.
I'm buying the ticket.
I'm going with the ticket.
I'm going with the record player.
There's people who do that as a business, yeah, like restore the old stuff and sell
Yeah.
it for a decent amount.
Yeah.
It depends on the player.
Mhm,
Like if
mhm.
it's a very good one, like even amps, old amps. And if it's a very good high quality amp, then you can refurbish it. The sound quality is really warm. Then there's something. But if it's just a whatever amp or whatever record player, it's not a certain brand,
Yeah.
then it's
Sure.
not worth it. So,
Yeah.
And I don't know enough to know what that is there in that case cabinet.
Now the other choice I had for the ticket was Jackie Robinson's first game, but that was 7,500. Now, would you guys value his first game more or his first homer? Because he didn't hit a lot of home runs. I looked at his stats. He was like a 20,
Yeah, I'd
25
go game.
guy.
I'd go game. It's like his debut.
I'd probably
right?
go game too.
First appearance.
Yeah.
I mean, that just historically has so much more
Yeah.
of an effect on everything,
Exactly.
right? So it's kind of a
Yeah.
no-brainer, but I figured I'd ask you guys just
I'm
for fun.
surprised it's that cheap.
$5
Are there
grand?
many out there? Yeah.
Brian McClay, Brian, I say like no one knows him, but on Brian's channel, he kind of got me digging for like old 1950s and 40s just to see like what the market was
Yeah.
versus like, Jason Dominguez for 20,000. The guy hasn't even played. He just played like 2 games in MLB. And the market for older like antique like type of stuff is
Antique.
I was about to say antiquities. Shout out to you, Magic the Gathering players. It's very undervalued, like big time.
Yeah.
And you think the historical significance of those old like products, like why wouldn't you get those versus like
For real, right?
you know what I mean? So that's why Wemba's $300 for Bowman Chrome versus
fuck out of here.
Jackie Robinson, perhaps like second year like card. Something to think about.
Word.
Anyway, that's our show for tonight, guys. That was fun. Hour and 13 minutes. We killed it.
Yeah, man.
Good stuff.
That was dope.
Yeah,
I enjoyed myself today.
The conversations was good. It was very. I did not. Looking back, if I saw how much Miles stuff I put on there, I probably would have took it down. But I think Miles has been on my mind like this week at least. Seems like everyone's been talking about Miles.
Miles is the gift that keeps on giving right now.
Mm-hmm.
And
not
these what Joe said, where he said it's just black people talking about it. Miles is black and Hispanic, so or Puerto Rican or whatever his other nationality.
I mean, his last name's Morales, right?
Yeah, his last name's Morales. You do the math.
Yeah.
Ain't no black person last name Morales. So
Marcus Morales.
That's actually
It's got a ring.
I mean,
It's not too bad. Marcus Morales.
I think I'm rather go with Magic Marcus.
Magic.
Magic Marcus. Hey yo. Hey yo.
Hey,
No,
hey.
Magic Marcus.
Now this is fun. Again, if
88.
if you guys want to be part of the giveaway, just comment in the after show kind of deal on YouTube. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to Furber the Nerd. This is what the show is going to be. I'll update you guys on the next show. It might be in a couple weeks. I will be in Mexico for 5 days. My Spanish sucks, but you know, I'll just live vicariously through my mother-in-law and my wife. Yeah, cerveza, tequila, all that good stuff. Taco.
That's the only one. That's the only words you need to have.
Tacos, tamales, por favor, all that good stuff. You know, I got one more graphic for you guys tonight before we leave too. So,
is it as good as that other one?
It's so good. All right, thanks everyone.
All right,
You all have a good night.
Later.
Watch this.